nothing dramatic. Okay, so here are the supplies that you'll need. You're going to need water, of course, to mix it with the concrete, a ball to form the shape of the bell, some fast-setting concrete mix, a bucket to mix everything in, a cutting utensil to cut the ball open, and a stirring stick. Oh, and you also need a handle because it makes it easier. So what I did was I just rolled the ball over to one of the sides and then made an incision on one of the smooth edges of a basketball because I knew that's where it'd be easiest to cut into, and I'm kind of struggling. But if I could do it over, I would probably choose to cut on the side where the little nipple is, where you would inflate the ball, just because it would have been smooth all the way around. Whereas in my kettlebell I have this little nipple on the bottom. You can't really see it and it doesn't affect it, but I just, in terms of being a perfectionist, it would have been a little bit better. And so I kind of just guesstimated the size that I would need to fit the handle into, and what you'll see later is that I needed a whole lot more space. And so right now it's just a general square. I didn't want the ball to lose too much shape, and so that's why I thought it was good to use a basketball, because the basketball will hold its shape. The hole definitely will have to be bigger though if you want to fit the handle that I used. And in terms of the handle that I picked, I just grabbed a concrete smoother to make a handle out of. I just saw it on the aisle and thought it would work. Here I just poured maybe half of the bag of concrete mix in. This was a 25-pound bag, I think, that I used, and I used about half of it. And in terms of the water, that amount that I used, it was about 2.5 liters. Convert it to cups if you want. I don't know the measurement. I just measured it by weight. Don't judge me for the stirring stick. It literally was like the only thing I had laying around, and I was like, I might as well use it. It took a little bit more elbow grease because it is so skinny, and I usually use those stirring sticks for paint, but you know, make do with what you got. So mix. I really wanted to get the concrete mix to be like a slurry, kind of like mud. Oh, is the camera still on? Yeah. Don't you hate that moment when you're like, oh, am I still recording? Yeah. That's my determination face. Everybody has one. It's like a trap. So essentially it was almost like mud that you would make mud houses with. And also my non-patented method of transferring concrete mix into a rubber ball is using this really thin stirring stick. Now looking at it, I look so stupid, but hey, you gotta use what you got, and this is a 5-piece equipment job made simple. And so if you can't do it with this, I don't know what to tell you. We're in desperate times here right now. Look at this mess. Yeah, I never said I was a perfectionist. Failed attempt to show you what it looks like on the inside. and like I mentioned earlier, you can see I'm definitely having to make the hole a little bit bigger to fit the handle into. Which luckily for me, I used one of these cheap $5 basketballs. I wasn't too hurt about destroying it anyway. And I'm just glad it held its shape once I started filling the concrete in, so I didn't have to deal with something really, really floppy. Hey you, get up. Peace. So what I'm doing now is I'm making the space in between the actual concrete ball itself and the handle a little bit more concave so I could fit my fingers through without them getting destroyed by rough concrete. If I could do it over, I probably would have made the space a little bit bigger and used like a countertop smooth grade concrete instead of the quick setting mix that has those bigger gravel pieces in it. Cool. I think we're done. And so after this, I just wanted to clean off the concrete from the handle, just so that it didn't dry and left some gnarly bits on the actual handle. And then this is 2 days later. Actually, the concrete pretty much set within the same day. It is fast setting, but I just left it because I didn't feel like taking it out yet. And so this part, I'm just cutting the ball to pieces. I was going to try to save it to make a duplicate, but I figured that was going to be a tall order to get it out into one piece. And so I was like, you might as well just destroy it. And so I just cut around the base of the concrete until it started to pull off. And once I got enough off, it really just came off quite easy. Even though this looks like I'm stripping it. And ta-da! There you go. You have a concrete ball. Now this is, you could totally stop here, especially if you use a smooth concrete. It's fine. It does the job. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to clean it up a bit. So I basically got my angle grinder out, and with a masonry bit, I knocked off some of the larger rocky chunks that you see from the top, just to make it a little bit more comfortable to use and make it a little bit better looking on the top, which is totally not necessary, but I think it just made it look a little bit better. And by this point, what I've done is I've taken some spray paint just because I didn't like how the concrete set to like that pale gray, and I just wanted to make it a little bit darker. So I just took some spray paint primer mixed together and just went around and sprayed it this kind of dark steel color, and I love it. And that's how you make a concrete kettlebell.